So now we are on YouTube too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and today I will guide this immersion here. Today we are going to talk about social comparison. So before we start this immersion, I'd like to remember you how TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced speakers for several languages like French, Italian, Spanish, and English as well. Immersion meetings are not regular classes, so I'm not a teacher, I'm a student too. And this is a place to free talk and to discuss with the others in a specific topic. We have some questions to guide the conversation. And we have some rules to follow and to enjoy more this immersion. Like the first of one is to be respectful. The second one is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that here we are in a safe place, so feel free to make mistakes here. And the last one, have fun, okay? And as we are 5 people here, I don't create another room. We can stay in the main room, and I think it could be good to us, okay? So I'd like to invite Wesley to introduce yourself. Please, Wesley.
The question number 1, to introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think I already know everyone here, but okay. Hello guys, my name is Wesley William. I have 29 years old. I live in Porto Alegre City, south of Brazil. We had some, how can you say, a small summer right now in the winter, so it's kind of hot here, 24 degrees Celsius. It's my second month here, I guess, on TNT. Maybe the I don't know, maybe 2 or 3. I am a senior data engineer. In my free time, I like to work. I like to work on my side projects, and sometimes I just my presence here on TNT is how I can say just absence of my presence here on TNT because I was working on my project, but on this week I am here again. Well, that's it, guys. My English improved a lot on TNT, and I improving more and more. Of course, I am still committing some mistakes, but I feel my confidence improving and my English as well. So that's it, guys.
Thank you so much, Wesley. And how about you, Victoria? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Victoria. I also live here in Porto Alegre, and I am a marketing freshman. I've been a talker here at TNT for I think a month, and usually my immersions are done in the morning, but today I am here at this time. That's it.
Thank you, Victoria. Do you know that my second name is Victoria, but it's not my name. It's like the middle name. It's not Gabriele Victoria. So that's nice. And
so beautiful. I like Gabriele as well.
Oh, thank you. And you, Sonia, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, I think everybody knows me, but I am Sonia. I'm a psychologist. I'm from Paraguay. I'm married. My husband is from Brazil. He's a psychologist too. We work in our profession. He's working in the other room. He's teaching from MBA to an MBA from Brazil right now. He's talking in Portuguese. I'm talking English. there is in this home we talk a lot of languages and practice all the time. And we don't have kids. We have dreams, plans for future together. We tell a lot about that, and part of our dream is learn another languages. Especially in my case, I will learn French because in our plans we would like to go to French. My husband has a French passport too. His father was French, so he has the French passport, and I can do too, but I need to do an interview in French. So I need to learn because I don't know nothing in French. And my next is learn French.
But one thing that I need to point out is that you mentioned that one of your dreams is to learn a new language, and you learned 3. We know about Spanish, Portuguese, and English, and I think French is so easy to you. So just start to learn. I did a French course during the pandemic for 1 year, and it was so amazing, but nowadays I forgot some words and how to talk a little bit in French, but I remember that I was good to, I could have like this type of immersion totally in French. Now I think it could be difficult, but I'm starting to learn Spanish here on TALK. But I totally sure that you can learn this language and visit many places in French, in France.
Yes, I will try. And I talk Guarani too. In Hawaii, we have 2 languages, 2 official languages. Spanish and Guarani is a native language. But Guarani is very, very difficult.
That's
nothing compares. There's nothing to compare to Guarani.
Yeah. So thank you, Sonia. And you, Natalia, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I think Victoria is the only one that I didn't know yet. I tried to say something different too, as Wesley and Sonia did. So my name is Natalia. I live in Uberaba, Minas Gerais. I'm here to talk to improve my English, and I like to be part of these immersions because, as Wesley say, I think this is good to improve our confidence in the language, right? Because I think this is the worst part of learning English, to not be afraid to make mistakes. And here I feel like safe, a place where I can make mistakes and no one will judge me. So I like the fact that Sonia mentioned to learn another language, and I feel that I would love to learn a 3rd language. But at the same time, I struggle with the fact that my English is not the way that I would like to be. I mean, I would like to have a better English. And sometimes I think it would be better to continue studying English, or should I do both, you know? Continue studying English and at the same time start to learn a new language. But I think this is one of my dreams right now, to improve my English and also to learn a 3rd language. But I didn't know which one yet, because I would like to, for example, I have plans to move abroad. It's my dream. So I think that maybe it would be good for me to learn a language for a place that I would love to live, but I don't know yet which place would be. So for example, if I move to German, I would learn German. But if I move to, I don't know, the Netherlands, I would learn Dutch. So I think I need to wait, and for now, just English.
I encourage you to start to learn another language, because from my point of view, your English is perfect. So you can learn another language, and continues to participate in immersions like that. So I think your English is perfect. Victoria, can you say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I'm also a language lover, and I have created a rule for me when I want to learn a new language, and I don't know if I really want to do this and dedicate myself to it, or if I am just running away from my English practice. It is like this. It works like this. At least it works for me. I can study another language, but when I am studying another language, I study it from English, from my English knowledge. So I practice both languages at the same time. Maybe this is too much, but for me, it has always worked. And unfortunately, I didn't learn another language if that is not English, but I studied Japanese for years in this in this system. It was nice.
So thank you for sharing, Victoria, because I think it's a good strategy to learn a new language, especially because you use it to learn Japanese, and I think it's not easy to know about Japanese. So thank you for sharing this tip with us. So thank you. And about me, I think only Victoria don't know about me, but I'm Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. I'm living in Rio de Janeiro, but I was born in Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. I'm a food engineer and I work as a science entrepreneur. I don't have kids, I don't have brothers and sisters. And here in Rio de Janeiro, I really like to stay at home or just go to some place here, beautiful place here to hang out with my friends. And I think that's it, guys. So we can start the topic that I separate to us to discuss about. So the question number 2 is, how often do you find yourself engaging in social comparison with others? And I would like to know about, let me see, Natalia.
Okay, so I was thinking about this question that I feel this happen a lot when I'm using social media, especially Instagram. And I realized that because I will do a test pretty soon, so I decided to delete my social media. I've been out of social media for about 2 months right now. And I realized how much this was good for me, to stop to compare myself, especially, body shapes, people that love to travel, So I was here living my life, and when I opened Instagram, I saw a person in Paris or one of the most perfect body, and I realized that it was bad, and that I stopped doing this because I was with my sister the other day, and she showed me something on Instagram, and when she shows me that, I start to, I don't know the word, to pass, and I realized that I was the same thing that I was used to do, and I was, oh my God, look at this body, oh my God, and wait, I need to stop right now and be out of social media. Is perfect to not compare myself, at least for me, to stop comparing myself with others.
Yeah, sometimes social media is not good to us, to our process to recognize how good we are. And I think when we are on like Instagram or Twitter, I think more in Instagram that you can see picture to the others, and you can see the reality through the histories. It's like sometimes I see some people and I think about, oh my God, how these people can travel and enjoy with their friends, or work and do a lot of things just in one day. I cannot do this. And it's like sometimes it put me down, but I try to separate the things and try to think that it's not as real. So it's like a part, a small part of the life of the person. and I try to live my life without to don't think about it. But it's like you said, sometimes it's difficult. And you, Wesley, how often do you find yourself engaging in social comparison with others?
I I prefer don't do that, because if you just watch, if you see just about the social aspect, I don't have a social life, so I just don't go out from my home, so I am just here studying, and working, studying. So that's my life. I just working and studying, improve my skills. Of course, interacting with my family, and of course, trying to improve myself uh, in a personal aspect, But sometimes I do it's related to the next question. For example, in the career path, for example, in the career field, I like to compare myself with others in this aspect, because when I find someone that have a lot of knowledge about something in my field, for example, in the technology itself, or have a great curriculum, I like to use that like inspiration, and I can, I just see those people like an example to follow, because I can use that, extract the better from theirs, and use that to improve myself, on my knowledge, or my curriculum, or my career, So I like to compare myself in this way, because my life is my career, usually I think I am in the wrong country, because the people usually don't see it this way, But there's in other countries the people see this way. Like in USA, we see a lot of it, Like the people just when they are on a party, for example, they will just speak about their career. So it's something like that. So I prefer to uh, keep my career like priority, because it will with that I can guarantee my future, a better future to me, to my family, and something like that, And of course, there's another things around it, like family, and um, how can I say, the personal thing that you are we are human beings, so we have to improve in this way as well, like soft skills, for example, and that's important as well. So it's like a set of skills that I prefer to improve. So uh, that's only the comparison that I do, in the career path. That's it.
Thank you for sharing. I think nowadays for me it's the same. I I s- I find myself engaging in social comparison with others in a professional aspect, because one year ago I changed my career to be a science entrepreneur. So I see the others entrepreneurs like, oh my God, how they know about how to manage a business, and I don't have an idea how to do this. But I have a strong like to say, strong knowledge about science, but I am not so expert to manage a business, So sometimes I see me in this type of comparison, and I think it's wrong, because it's not fair, because I need to compare just on me, just to see myself like 2 years before, that I didn't know about the things that I know nowadays. But sometimes it's difficult, and I try to do, like you said, to just compare to myself in a way that to improve myself as well. So sometimes it's difficult, but I think it's a good strategy to achieve my goals, and that I learn the things that I want about the business aspects. So I try to do this. Sometimes it's difficult, but I try. And how about you, Sonia?
I try to don't compare myself with other people. But engaging with the third question, sometimes I make comparison about the career, about the work and the economic situation, because I watch other people with less study, less formation, or less study. For me, I prepared my profession for many years. I am a specialist in my area of expertise, and I can't find another work where pay me a very good salary, and I watch other people that don't have the same experience and formation, academic formation like me, and he have a lot of money, because in my country, if you don't any contact, especially political contact, you don't get work in the public area and in a public company. You must have a contact who help you to found a work, and I don't have. Because I am not a political person, I don't have any contact, and it's difficult sometimes. It's not good to compare, but sometimes it's difficult. Don't do it.
I totally understand you, Sonia, but I think it's not fair to compare you to these people, because it's what happens in the how to say, in this scenario. It's not a thing that you can control. You don't have control about it. So and if you try to force some political relation to stay in a governmental place, it's not you. So it's not a thing that you do to force something. So I totally understand you, and I understand when you said about that sometimes it's difficult to not compare you, because you think about your formation and your specialization and see the others getting things. So it's a process. It's difficult, but
Yes.
it's a process. And how about you, Victoria?
Well, is the question number 2?
Number 2, yeah.
Okay. I think social comparison is something we have to avoid, but sometimes it can be inevitable, you know. I find myself comparing with others a lot on my career. It was a problem a while ago, but now I try to focus more on my own history, on my own path, and on my own decisions, than stay looking to others. But it happens a lot in my career, and I think it got better. When it happens, I try to judge if it's fair to compare myself with this other person. For example, there is a very not very nice. She's not famous yet, but there is an influencer that I like a lot, and she has a career path that I identify with, and I sometimes I look at her content and I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I not like her? Where am I? When am I going to live this life? But she is 32. I am 25. She has she has at least 10 years of career, you know, so it isn't fair to compare myself to her, but just as Wesley said, I can use her as an example, as an inspiration. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Victoria. And I think the best way when we see, like, especially when we are in social media and you see the influencers and other people that cause this type of feelings in us, is just to recognize the feelings and try to not to compare you, but it's like an inspiration, like a way to achieve something, like a person that you look, and not to try to be this person, but like an inspiration to put your best, to recognize your best. Like sometimes when I see some influencer on the internet and I look your hair, this beautiful hair, I try to look myself and try to not to copy, but to see my hair with other eyes, with that in a kind way. So I think we can do this type of things for other areas in our lives, like this, like an inspiration, and not compare us to these people, but to compare us with our past version. So now we are best than the past. So it's like that. For me, it's like that. Let's move on to the question number 3. So in what aspects of your life do you typically compare yourself to others? In my case, I already mentioned it. I think career is the aspect that I compare myself most to the others. But sometimes, like appearance, sometimes in a relationship, depend of the situation, depend of the mood that I stay. But career, I think it's the main thing that I see me comparing to the others. And how about you, Sonia?
Like I said, I think I answered the third question, because the aspect that I compare more with the other is the economical situation, and it is related to my career, my work, my profession, and in that aspect. But appearance or relationship, no, I don't compare, not at all. I'm fine with my appearance, with my relationships, and I'm fine with my career too. But sometimes I feel angry when I watch. I saw another people who doesn't deserve to be in some place and in some management of some company or something like that. But life is not fair all the time.
Yeah, you already mentioned it about it, and I suspect that you are mentioned about professional career, but it's interesting to know about that you don't compare you to in the other aspects, because it's good. It's good to you to just to if you start to compare you in several areas of your life, it's not good, because you just live to compare to the others. Not make sense for me. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And you, Natalia?
Yes, I agree with you, girls. I think it's hard to compare yourself with others because maybe we have different, how can I say? Maybe if, for example, if I decide to compare my English with, I don't know, with you, Gabi, I don't know how many hours per day are you studying English, and how can I say it, right? So yesterday I was watching one video of Anita. For me, Anita's English is amazing. She doesn't have like an accent. I was, oh my God, how can I dare to compare myself with Anita? Probably she had like 5 particular teachers, right? So I think it's not fair with us to do this. But I think sometimes I compare myself, since I would like to do another master's degree. So I kind of start to compare myself with the people that want to do the same thing. So maybe I can see, for example, how many researches they did, that kind of thing. But not in a bad way. As Wesley say, I think as a whole model. Maybe not with to make me feel bad, just to see what people are doing too.
Yeah, Natalia, you mentioned that I think so important that this type of comparison during the learning process of a new language, and I did it a lot in the past, and I had the opportunity to go abroad. I went to Switzerland, and I remember that when I spent 1 week on Switzerland with other Brazilians, I spent all the time comparing me to the others, because I was not confident with my English skills. And sometimes I thought, oh my God, how they can talk so perfectly, and I'm not this person. I don't have a good English to stay here with this group of people. But when I talked with people that with me, a huge part of this group lived abroad for many years, and that experience was the first mine. So I didn't live abroad. I didn't live in another country that speaking in English. So for me, it's the first time that I use the English in a real life, like in a place that wherever I want, wherever I go, all people are talking English and other languages too. So yeah, it's difficult. But nowadays I'm okay. I try to don't do this type of comparison. But I think it's common to do this in a learning process. And you, Victoria?
Well, I think I already answered this question. It's usually about my career, but I think I can mention another thing. But anyways, I think I'll just add to my answer what I've already said. Comparing yourself to others is never fair. It's never fair, because it's like Natalia said, Anita may have at least 5 teachers, English teachers, and we only have to compare ourselves with our own path, But it's like this. For number 3, I already answered.
Thank you, Victoria. And you, Wesley?
Yeah, this one I think I already answered on the previous one. Typically, it is only on the career path, And I think if you are just comparing ourselves with in all the areas of our lives, we are just wasting energy, you know. So I prefer to just waste my energy or better, invest my energy in useful things. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And guys, I skipped some questions here because time is running, unfortunately. And I'd like to discuss about the question number, let me see, we can discuss a little bit about the question number 5 and then move on to other 2 questions that I think it's interesting to talk about. So the question number 5 is about emotions and feelings. So what emotions or feelings arise when you compare yourself to others? And I'd like to know about you, Natalia.
I was searching on Google Translator how you say inveja in English. Envy? Envy. You know, I think sometimes I'm not proud to say this, but I think sometimes, right, when you do that kind of comparison, but maybe sometimes to feel like this, it's not a bad thing because maybe it can make you to be really focused on your goals, and you know, this could be really good. As a matter of fact, I read an article once that Cazuza made the music. What's the name of the music? Brasil, que país é esse? Because he feel that feeling about Legião Urbana, about the... No, it's Brasil, que país é esse? Legião Urbana. Cazuza admired this masterpiece, and the other, Brasil, mostra sua cara. So sometimes you can do really nice things based on the bad feelings that you feel when you do that kind of comparison. But I think it's a good, but I think it's something that you start to feeling depressed, anxious, right? Not good, but maybe you can be productive, feeling bad thoughts about this.
Thank you for sharing a good example. And in my case, I'm trying to think about the emotions and feelings that I have in this situation. And I think 2 of them are the most, like the first of one is to be anxious. And the second one is the feeling that don't feel enough to do that I'm not enough to do the things, or I'm not enough to specific thing. Like when in my case, in my career, I'm starting a food tech. So sometimes when I have a bad day, I feel like I'm not enough to do these things, to manage the business. I need it. Maybe other person can be better than me. But it's like a moment sensation, and in the other day it will pass. It's like in a specific moment, in a bad moment in a day, that I feel like this. But it's like when I saw the Barbie movie, there is a scene when Barbie said about it. It's like I'm enough for anything. And sometimes when we are in a bad mood, we can feel like that. So sorry for the spoilers. I don't know if you see the movie, but I remember this phrase about the movie. And about you, Wesley, what emotions or feelings arise when you compare yourself to others?
Well, I don't know, maybe inspiration. Inspiration and the will of planning, and just comparing if the path that the person took is it's compatible with myself. I don't know. Something like that, you know. The feeling of competition, maybe because I feel like I am trying to just run. I am always running, you know, in my career. And as we know, the technology is something that is always changing. So the people that usually have better profiles, I don't know, better how can I say, better skills is the people that have how can I explain? You need to stay studying and improving yourself. That's it. The ideal profile of people that works with technology is the one that have the will to the motivation just to go and improve yourself and keep studying. Because if you don't, if you just keeping yourself in your comfort zone, you will be the other ones will just pass you and you lost a lot of opportunities. So that's bad, you know. But the people that usually have more opportunities is the people that have the right profile, you know, the profile that go and test things, the scientific mind. So that's my type of profile, you know. And this profile have this thing that we always are studying and improving. But of course, we need to compare and check the opinions of others, people that are better than myself, to see if the path that I am going is the correct one or it's bad, you know. So it's like a brainstorm that you need to have with someone that is in front of you, you know. But you don't need it. You need to take care of the comfort zone as well, because it will just bring you back. So that's bad, you know, for your progress. So that's it. I think the emotion is like a competition, inspiration, and ideas, creativity to try new things, because we as humans, it's hard to see changes, right? And we need to go and surpass those things. That's it.
Thank you for sharing good feelings like inspiration and competition. I think it's not we can treat the competition like in a better way. It's in a way to improve yourself, as you mentioned it, and the creativity. So thank you for sharing, because the first things that comes to my mind, it's the bad feelings, the feelings that are not so good to us. But we can see we can see the other point of view about the good feelings that we can feel when we are in this type of competition. Comparison. And let me see, Sonia, can you share your feelings or things that you feel when you are in this type of comparison with others?
I try to don't compare myself with the others, but sometimes maybe I feel admiration of some colleague who make goals, who have a new job or something like that. And I don't have bad feelings. I can identify at least right now. I feel happy if my friends or some of my family or some colleague have a goal in his career or personal life. But I don't have bad emotions, because I'm very grateful person. I am healthy. I'm happy. Maybe I don't have a lot of material things, but I have another things that you can buy, and so I'm very grateful for my life.
Do you think that, because I don't know, but I have the perception that as a psychologist, it's so equilibrated to in this field, like to don't compare to us to the others, because it's, I don't know, I think you can share with us, but I think your profession helps you to don't do this type of things, you know, like the acknowledgement that you have in your profession and help you in your personal life to don't do this type of comparison.
I think my profession helped me a lot, but everybody's different. Not for I am psychologist, I am better than other people. No, but I try to learn about my with my profession to work on my own. I do therapy when I need. I stop and think when I need to do this. Yes, my profession helps a lot, but I have a life of many, I don't know how to say, obstáculos in English, and I passed the obstacles, I don't know, and it helps me a lot to be grateful. And when you are grateful, you don't think in other superficial things, appearance or money, or I don't know. I take care myself, my life, my family, my friends, and I say thank you all the time for it, for all of it.
That's so nice, Sonia. And you, Victoria, can you share some emotions or feelings that arise when you compare you to others?
Mostly anxiety. I feel a lot of anxiety when I fall in comparison. It makes me feel frustrated with my journey, and I do not like that. So I think it's impossible not to feel something. You can't choose what you're going to feel. But if I fall in comparison and I feel like that, I try to remember everything I already done in my life that were not easy, and remember that every person has its own journey, and everyone has their own time to develop in life, dependent of the area. So everyone is different, you know. I will never be like someone. My career will never be exactly equal to someone's career, or my body will never be like exactly like someone else's body, so etc. So I try to deal with this anxiety by centering on my own journey and my own journey. That's it.
Good words, Victoria. So nice to hear you about it. And guys, we have time just just to answer one more question in a quick way. So let's move on to question 11. And I'd like to know about you are there any aspects of your life where you feel content or confident without comparing yourself to others? If so, what makes those aspects different? So if you can share some aspects in a brief way. So in my case, I I really like the person that I am. So I really like my sense of humor, how I treat my friends and how I can be a communicator. So I really like this. I really like me, the person that I am. So, okay, Victoria, thank you. Thank you for staying with us. And I think that I can't compare the person that I am to the others. So like this type of characteristics for me, it's like I'm a Monique person. So in this sense, I'm so proud about me, and I think I'm so content and confident about myself, the person that I am. So I try to not compare to others. And you, Natalia?
So I'll be brief too. So I don't compare myself about relationships. For example, I'm single now and I'm almost 40 years old and I don't care about it because I've been married. I was in a terrible relationship with my previous husband. So, you know, when some of my friends say, oh, you don't have kids, you don't have a boyfriend, I don't care. I'm so happy right now. I know about all the things that happen into my life. So I'm totally okay with this now.
Thank you, Natalia. Good point. And you, Sonia?
I agree with the kind of person that I am. I am happy with me. I don't know what things I could change. Maybe I am very anxious and I have problems to sleep, but in general, I'm happy with me and the kind of person that I became with the years. I'm 53 and I am happy marriage, I am family, I improve a lot of things in my career. I am recognized professional in my area, in my country, and I'm happy. I'm really happy. I like it.
Thank you, Sonia, for sharing. And last but not least, Wesley.
Okay, I will be quick. I think when we just reach an goal, you know, we have a goal and we reach that and we complete the goal and we just will feel that all the rewards in our brain will feel great, you know. So that's amazing because we are just feeling the feeling of the victory, you know. So that's amazing.
So thank you guys for your time with me. I think in another opportunity I can do a part 2 of this topic because there's a lot of questions here that I'd like to discuss with you, but unfortunately we don't have time to do it. So I will prepare a part 2 of this topic in another moment. And I put on the chat the survey about this immersion. You can put a note about from 1 to 10 and some comments or suggestions for other topics that you consider of your suggestions to bring your ideas for the immersion. And next week, we are going to talk about travel experiences and aspirations and preferences. So I'm so excited to talk about travel because I really like to travel. And I think if you can stay with me next week, I feel so happy to see you again. Okay, so have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend,